Welcome back, friends. So this will be video number 2 today for the new releases. This time around, we will be taking a look at Constance and her brand new costume. So, looks like we are going to go with Ranger class this time around. So you do get a chance to bypass defensive buffs. I don't know if that's necessarily a great class upgrade for her. I don't remember her damage being a particularly strong aspect of her, but let's get into it. A reminder of what we get for our family bonus. There will be a bonus for, let's see, 1, 2, or 3 heroes for 50, 75, 100% chance to give cover to a random ally for 3 turns when this character casts their special skill. While in cover, this character will take damage for the person in cover, so sort of redirects the damage to them. And depending on the number of heroes you have in the family, they'll either take 60, 50, or 40% of the damage that the character in cover would have received. So that's pretty cool, right? You get that chance to sort of give a little protection to the rest of your team. I do appreciate that. All right, so then down here in our passes department, we get resist defense ailments. So this character is naturally resistant to things that will do defense down. Now, this doesn't apply to elemental defense down. Keep that in mind, but regular defense down, she will be immune to. All right, then we also have damage on special skill and cover damage. So when this character receives damage from special skills or in place of a character in cover, there is a 75% chance to deal 50% of that damage back to all enemies. It's a very interesting effect and a probably undervalued effect that these musketeers have. Because the reality is, at first you're thinking, hey, that's not really that big a deal. There's only a 75% chance to then do 50% chance of the damage back. But it does the damage back to all enemies. So there is actually a world in which you're doing more damage to your opponent than you received in. This happens specifically when they become the target of a sniper hit, right? Let's just say Constance was hit by a 2,000 damage sniper hit. Well, if her 75% chance triggers, she's going to cut that 2,000 damage in half, which would be 1,000. But then she will do 1,000 damage back to up to 5 potential targets. So although she received 2,000 damage in, she has the potential of sending 5,000 damage back out to the opponents. Does that make sense? So there are times in which this passive could be very useful to help you tilt the scales for how damage is done throughout the battle. All right, then we also have, in the Aether Power department, Regen. Regen is probably my least favorite Aether Power. It's just going to allow them to regenerate 60 HP a turn for the first 6 turns, but it's not even boosted health. So in reality, if you are already at max health, it does nothing for you. Kind of boring, but whatever, it's fine. Then down here, we do have Fusiliers Fury. Okay. I'm not sure exactly what that means, but that's fine. It will be operating at fast speed. It will deal 280% damage to all enemies. All allies get plus 49% chance to dodge incoming special skills for 5 turns. Each dodge damages the attacker for 300 damage. Okay. And then it also says the caster regenerates 960 boosted health over 3 turns. Boosted health can exceed max HP. So pretty basic stuff there, right? Interesting stuff. I apologize. I misread that. It was 45% chance to dodge. So, I mean, really, with this in mind, I think she's pretty similar to what she was in the past. It's just that they did add the fact that she regenerates that 960 boosted health to herself. I guess that's helpful for her survivability, right? It lets her stick around that much longer, probably cast another dodge for your heroes at some point. I do think it's good that they retooled her a little bit and gave her something else. She was fine when she first released, but I'd never felt like she was super impactful with her skills package. So maybe adding a little bit more survivability to her will allow her to sort of be more influential in an overall fight. But I guess we'll have to see, right? So what do we think of her? Well, first of all, I think she does exactly what she needs to do, which is add some reasonable utility to your team. She's not going to be a strong damager at 280% damage to all. That's not a lot of damage. I do think you'll maybe steal some more damage out through her passive and the damage on special skill and cover damage. So, like, she has potential to do more than it looks like. So I'll give her that. She also does do the dodge for the entire team. And look, dodge is helpful. She does a little damage each time your people dodge, 300 damage back. 300 damage, though, is not really that significant when you think about it. The reason I bring that up is there's characters like Sludges that were released that were doing like 1,600 damage for each dodge, right? I remember when Sludges came out, and I think Constance might have been like the dodge hero before her, and I'm like, wait, so Constance does 300 damage per dodge, and then they jumped to like Sludges who did like 1,600 damage per I was like, I don't know what happened there, but they like cranked that up on steroids. I think maybe they felt like that was too much, so they've toned things back down, and I haven't seen as much damage on a dodge since Sludges in a long time. Or ever. I don't think there has been one, for that matter. But anyway, point is, 300 damage is not a lot, but it does help. It's a little bit more damage here and there. And then the caster regenerates at 960, which I think is, again, neither here nor there. I'm not overly impressed by her package in general, but I don't think she's bad. I think she's very average. I'm going to give her an 8 out of 10. I think she'll help you. And if you pull her, go ahead and level her. There will be teams where dodge is super effective against, right? Like, not all teams, because there's plenty of heroes out there that cannot miss. And you need to be aware of who those heroes are, and then preferably not bring her against a lot of them. But there are going to be some teams with things like the Wildcats, right? The Wildcats do not automatically hit their target. So putting dodge up on all your guys can really help alleviate some of the pain the Wildcats might bring. Stuff like that. There are definitely situations where she is going to be great and useful and a valuable addition to your roster. So there you have it. We'll give her just a solid 8 out of 10 for being well-rounded, and we'll call it a day. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We'll see you next time.